Hello friends, welcome to UGC EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Masood Hassan Siddiqui from Department of Geography, Jamia Millia Islamia. Today we will discuss about regression residual mapping. As you know, that correlation and regression analysis is a very popular and useful statistical technique in geography and many other disciplines in understanding nature, extent and overall pattern of relationship among various related attributes in different parts of the world. It is very helpful technique of finding out meaningfully the causes and consequences of various spatial and non-spatial phenomena. For instance, why does intensity of cropping in an area varies spatially, or why does literacy rate in the area vary spatially, or why does crop productivity vary within the country, or why does fertility rate or child-women ratio vary within the country. These are some of the questions which can be statistically analyzed to find out some meaningful answers. As we know, the intensity of cropping in an area may vary due to variation in irrigation facility, population density, land holding size, mechanization, consumption rate of fertilizers, etc. Similarly, fertility rate or child-women ratio in an area may vary due to income level, educational attainment, women's status, family system, that is nuclear or joint family, standards of living, female age at marriage, etc. Such phenomena can be basically studied through number 1, coefficient of correlation, number 2, regression analysis, and number 3, regression residuals. The coefficient of correlation using the Karl-Pearson's formula help us in understanding the nature or direction of relationship, that is positive or negative relation, and degree or extent of relationship, that is weak, moderate or strong, between the logically associated variables. Its value ranges from -1, that is perfect negative, to +1, perfect positive. Though 0, if it is 0, there is no kind of relationship. It means more closer the value of correlation coefficient to -1 and +1, the stronger would be the relationship. And it would be weak if the value is closer to 0. Coefficient of correlation give us the idea of the degree and the direction of relationship only. On its own, the knowledge of correlation coefficient does not help us in predicting the value of dependent variable for changing values of the independent variables. The regression analysis is helpful in understanding the overall pattern of relationship between the independent and the dependent variables considered, and in finding out the expected or predicted value of the dependent variable for any given set of the value of the independent variables for the average pattern of relationship. Future prediction of the values of the dependent variable is needed for making future projections of any phenomenon when the relationship between the dependent and the independent variables is strong, that is indicated by coefficient of variation in the form of R square. A high value of R square, for example 0.90 or 0.85, will indicate a close correspondence between the observed values and the predicted values, and so one can rely on the projected values of the dependent variables also. Regression residual analysis to be statistically significant at least at 0.05 significance level. This statistical testing of the calculated value of correlation coefficient, that is R, is done through well-known students' t-test. It can be explained well through an example. Taking all the 27 districts of the Assam, the level of literacy have been explained by regression model, taking levels of urbanization as an independent variable from the data provided by the Census of India 2011. By analyzing the data, the expected value of the levels of literacy, that is Y, have been estimated with the help of regression equation by taking levels of urbanization, that is X, as independent variable. Using the data, the Karls-Pearson correlation coefficient between the levels of literacy and the level of urbanization in all the districts of Assam is found to be plus 0.575, which is even statistically significant at 0.01 significance level. It means higher the urbanization level, higher is the literacy rate. Since there are sufficient correlation between the two variables, a least square regression equation was worked out, which gives the value of intercept is equal to 68.49 and regression coefficient or slope b is equal to 0.27. Extent of deviation, both positive and negative, of observed value of the dependent variable from the expected ones of the same variable are worked out as regression residual. Such regression residual values of the dependent variable y minus yc can be very close to 0, that is very low positive or very low negative, moderately away from 0 and much away from 0, that is high positive or high negative. All these can be looked below. So far the regression residual mappings for literacy rate and urbanization level for the district level data of Assam is concerned, the required value of the values of expected y, that is yc, have been found out for given value of x of each district. For instance, in the case of Kokrajhar district, for given value x of 6.19, the expected value is found to be 70.17, which is shown in table 1. In this way, the expected yc values for all the districts have been computed. Therefore, the regression residual values y minus yc have been calculated for all the districts starting with minus 4.95 for Kokrajhar district. Here, among 27 regression residual values, the lowest one is minus 12.99, that is high negative, and the highest one is plus 0.932, that is high positive. Accordingly, regression residual values have been grouped into 4 categories: above plus 6, that is high positive; 0 to plus 6, moderate positive; minus 6 to 0, moderate negative; and below minus 6, high negative for regression residual mappings. These residuals have also been mapped on the district-wise map of Assam. Let us see that how we can calculate regression residuals for the literacy and urbanization for the districts of Assam. It is being calculated as yc is equal to a plus bx, where yc is the expected value of y, a is equal to 68.49, b is equal to 0.27, r is equal to 5.575, and it is statistically significant at 0.01 significance level. Y minus yc is equal to regression residual value. So far the map of regression residuals of literacy and urbanization in Assam is concerned, which is shown in figure 1. The districts of Lakhimpur, Sivasagar, Jorhat, Golghat, Karimganj and Nallabari record considerably higher literacy rate than that of expectations with respect to their level of urbanization. It may be attributed to the contribution of some positive factors in these districts, that is availability of educational institution, higher social awareness among the people about the need of education, better economic conditions, etc. On the other hand, the districts of Dhubri, Barpeta, Chirang and Darang witness considerably lower literacy rate than that of expectations in relation to their urbanization level. It may be due to some negative factors like lack of adequate educational facilities, poor economic condition of the people, lower social awareness about education, etc. The above map of residuals from regression thus help us in suggesting the inclusion of some more variable related to development in our regression model to improve its explanatory power. In fact, After identification of the areas, the actual factors operating in such areas and their geographical features, the underlying factors can be explored in further detail, which is shown in which can be discussed in context to the example number 2, which takes into account the proportion of population in the age group 0 to 6, taking literacy as independent variable, has been attempted below, taking the data from the Census of India. The data is provided in table 2 given below of literacy. Again, so far regression residual mapping for 0 to 6 population on literacy rate for the district level data of Assam is concerned, the required value of Karl-Pearson correlation coefficient between them is found to be minus 0.67, which is statistically significant at 0.01 significance level. Then, following the principles of least square linear regression analysis, where the equation is such that y is equal to a plus bx was attempted, and b, that is the regression coefficient or slope, was found to be 0.2048 and an intercept was found to be 29.56. Using this regression equation, the value of expected y, that is yc, have been found out for any given value of x. For instance, in the case of Kokrajhar districts, for given x value of 65.22, the expected value is found to be 16.9. In this way, the expected yc values for all the districts have been computed. Therefore, thereafter, the regression residual values y minus yc have been calculated for all the districts starting with minus 0.76 for Kokrajhar district. Here among 27 regression residual values, the lowest one is minus 2.53, high negative, and the highest one is plus 3.72, a high positive. Accordingly, regression residual values have been grouped into 6 categories, that is above plus 2, high positive, 1 to 2, moderate positive, 0 to 1, low positive, minus 1 to 0, low negative, minus 2 to minus 1, moderate negative, and below minus 2.9, high negative for regression residuals. It may be mentioned here that the areas for which regression residual values are very close to 0, those areas are statistically in correspondence with the average pattern of relationship as reflected by the variable considered, and the areas which witness considerable deviation from 0 on both positive and negative directions are not in correspondence with the average pattern of relationship. The latter case are indicative of the influence of some other factors, in some cases positively and in some other cases negatively, which need to be identified through regression residual analysis and mapping. A map of regression residual in this case is shown on the district-wise map of Assam given in figure 2. It may, however, be noted that in the case of positive relationship between two variables, as in the case of urbanization and literacy, the areas with positive regression residuals are indicative of prospect areas, while the areas with negative residuals are problem areas. On the other hand, in the case of negative relationship between variable like literacy rate and proportion of 0 to 6 population, the areas with positive regression residuals refer to problem areas and the areas with negative residuals prospect areas. It means this regression residual analysis and mapping helps us in finding out problem areas, prospect areas and neutral areas. These types of situation can be found in the regression residual maps. As regards the maps of regression residuals of points of 0 to 6 population on literacy in Assam, the districts of Karimganj and Halkhandi witness considerably higher 0 to 6 population than that of expectations with respect to their literacy rate. It may be attributed to the negative influence of some factors in these districts. These are poor economic conditions, low level of social awareness, low educational level, etc. On the other hand, the districts of Buxa and Udalguri record considerably lower 0 to 6 population than that of expectations in relation to their literacy level. It may be due to the influence of some positive factors like better economic conditions, high level of social awareness, high educational level, etc. In fact, after identification of the areas, the actual factors operating in such areas can be explored. Generally, as discussed above, regression residual is calculated by subtracting expected value of the dependent variable from the corresponding observed value as y minus yc. Such values, which can be found both in positive and negative forms, are known as absolute regression residuals. Here, the units of measurement involved in the dependent variables are attached with the value for the purpose of regression residual mapping through Choropleth technique as discussed above. The residual values obtained for different spatial units are grouped almost uniformly with equal intervals into 4 groups. 2 intervals above 0 and 2 intervals below 0 are 6 groups, 3 intervals above 0 and 3 intervals below 0. This is what we may call as the negative residuals. Of course, sometimes the absolute regression residuals values are converted into corresponding relative regression residual values, simply dividing the absolute value by the corresponding observed value y, that is y minus yc divided by y. As the relative regression residual value is dimensionless or without any unit of measurement, it is generally converted into percentage for easy understanding. As such, the resultant negative regression residual values in percentage would have a range of 0 to plus minus 100. As required, these values can be grouped almost uniformly with suitable intervals into 4 classes or 6 classes for residual mapping. If necessary, the groupings of regression residual values, whether absolute or relative, can also be done by applying the principles of normal distribution, where the standard error of estimates of yc is calculated using the formula summation of y minus c divided by multiplied by 2 divided by the number of observation. The value so obtained can be used as a fixed class interval for all the residual values. At the end, from the foregoing discussion, it is clear that the residual mapping based on linear regression analysis is useful in finding out problems and prospect areas with respect to the selected phenomena in relation to influence factors. Such identification of problems and prospect areas finally helps in finding out the related causal factors influencing the phenomena under consideration. Thank you very much. Hope you have enjoyed this lesson.